We're back. It's Premier League weekend 3. I'm here with Liam and Cooper. We're about to drive it in. For Chucker and Fee are going to be driving in Fee's car, but they've got the first set off as it stands. That's the current table. We're in second, so we're going to do our best today, as best we can. We're not running late, but we're not running early either, so we just need to kind of keep a move on and stuff like that. Playing Ackle today, we've got the full team this time, so we're going to be rotating in and out. So some of the hands you'll see today will be me giving hands to other people who played because I sat out that set, so that's good. At the evening we're going to do an escape room, which will be pretty good, although we might be a bit tired, so we might not be at our best, but it's meant to be a really good one, so I'll give you an update on that as well. So we're here. You can see that the room is packed full of people ready to play bridge. There's Chris Cooper. There's Marusha walking past. Hello. So we've got all these rooms here. We've also got some rooms. This is East Midlands Bridge Academy. I think the venue's fine. I think the location's not ideal potentially for like a premium event. So there's some rooms in here as well. So there'll be some Viewgraph play today in some of the side rooms where they're recording it. So the John Armstrong room, he was a very famous English player. And then we've got one more room through here. And you can see that they'll be doing some Viewgraph stuff there, ready for some Viewgraph matches. There's DG and David. And there's our teammates who are here just after us. So that's Chucker and Fee. So we're playing the first match. It's their seating rights. We're playing against Paul Barden's team, Claire Robinson's team. And if you didn't hear that, the director says starting in 2 minutes. So I'm going to turn this off. And there's our team, we're ready. These are the 4 people playing today, and we'll be back in a bit with some hands. So we've just finished. We've got 3 boards to play to the match. The set is flattish. I'm going to give you one hand that I played in 3N. So you've got the hand on screen. Your partner opens 3 clubs, and Cooper's a boomer, and a boomer preempt means he's got his bid. That is a good 3-club bid. He's vulnerable, and so I just bid 3N. He's either usually got ace king of clubs or he's got an outside card. And if they don't lead a spade, you're probably going to have play. And if they do lead a spade, you might just be able to rattle off 9 or 10 tricks anyway. So I bid 3M. Cooper doesn't put down both club honours, but ace of hearts is good. But they find the spade lead. They lead the queen of spades. They go small, and win with a king. So at this point, you know they've got a 9-card spade fit. You know that spades are unlikely to be blocked because someone would have to have 7 of them to be blocked or something like that. So you've got no legitimate line for it. So what's the best way to try and wangle through some tricks? Well, there are 2 things you could do. You could try and sneak through a club. And if you manage to sneak through a club, you can then play a diamond to the queen, ace of diamonds, and play for hearts 3-3. Or you can play for them to not play on spades. Well, they're not going to play on hearts. I mean, they're going to do signals. People play Smith Peters, attitude at trick 1. That's almost not going to happen. So I tried it. I snuck a club through, and they both ducked. I'm like, I'm in with a chance here. So now I've got to decide whether I'm going to set 1 off by just clearing the clubs. And I'm only 1 off if spades are 5-4. Spades are 6-3 or something. I'm going to go 2 or 3 off. Or I can play to make it. Well, it's teams. You've got to play to make it in this situation, I think. So obviously, if I play to make it and I make it, this is going to be a huge swing. It's going to be like 13, 14 imps in. So I played a diamond to the queen, and obviously, if the king of diamonds is on side and hearts break, it's there. And what I can't do is test the hearts. What I mean by that is get count on the hearts first. Because when I play a heart to the ace, I probably misplayed. When I club through, I played the queen. What I should probably do is play a club to the 10. Then what I might be able to do is get count on hearts before I play diamonds. I can play king of hearts, ace of hearts. See if hearts are likely to break, but I've only got 1 shot to get count. The king of hearts to get count on hearts, because as soon as the ace of hearts is gone, I lose the possibility of going 1 off by clearing the clubs because the ace of hearts is the entry. So I ended up going 3 off instead of 1 off. So my guess is we're going to lose 5 imps on the board. But you've got to play for vulnerable games at teams, and obviously I don't think they should ever duck the ace of clubs because they know they've got a spade suit off. You know, with the ace of hearts in dummy, is it ever right to duck the ace of clubs? Well, surely not when I play the queen. So maybe that's going to be some imps out, I don't know, but I think it's the right thing to do at teams. So with one board to go, with one imp up, I'll just give you another hand that you've got. You've got the East-West hands on the screen here, and you get to 4 hearts. And the bidding is gone. You open 1 spade. The next hand bids 3 clubs. Your partner finds a takeout double of 3 clubs. They got 4 clubs on your right, so you bid 4 hearts. You've got a decent hand and you've got 4 card heart spot with partner. Pass, pass, pass. So you're in 4 hearts and they lead the queen of clubs, small, ace, and your singleton king falls. And they play a second club which you rough. Okay, so already this guy's preempted vulnerable on a queen high suit, so you know they've probably got either the king of spades or the ace of diamonds, you think, or the king of hearts potentially. There's some big card in every suit missing, so potentially the hand on your left's going to have some of those, and you just need them to have the right ones. So at trick 3 you lead the queen of hearts, and it goes queen, small, small, king. So the heart finesse loses, and they play a heart back, and hearts are 2-2, so you win with the jack of hearts, but you overtake with the ace because hearts are breaking. So it's gone 2 rounds of clubs, you rough, take a losing heart finesse and you play a heart back. So it's gone 2 rounds of clubs, 2 rounds of hearts, and you're in dummy having lost 2 tricks so far. You can afford to lose 1 more, has to be the ace of diamonds. So you need the king of spades on side. So at trick 5 you play the queen of spades, they cover with a king and you win with the ace, and the next one plays small. What do you do? So you have got to try and count your tricks. You're going to make 4 hearts in dummy. You're going to be able to well, let's give you, see, it's a bit quick if you count your losers. You've lost 1 club and 1 heart, and you're going to lose 1 diamond, so you need to avoid losing another diamond. So your 2 options are to play for spades to break so that you can throw dummies diamonds on spades and then just try and find 1 diamond trick, or you can play to try and only lose 1 diamond, and to do that you'd need ace queen x of hearts on side, ace queen x of diamonds on side. So what do you do? Well, if you think back to the bidding, the hand has jumped to 3 clubs with the queen high suit vulnerable, so they're likely to have the ace of diamonds. So the diamond guess isn't really a guess. You're almost certainly going to play a diamond to the king if you only need 1 diamond trick. And so you've got to think about the shape of the hand. How many spades is the left-hand opponent going to have, the hand that's preempted? So when the queen of spades is covered by the king and ace, you can afford to cash the jack of spades before you decide what to do about how you play the suit, because you only need to lead diamonds towards dummy twice, and you can lead 1 after cashing the jack of spades if that's what you need to do, and then you can cross back to your 10 of hearts, your last remaining heart, to lead a second diamond. So what line do you take? Do you play for spades to be 3-3, or do you play for ace queen x specifically of diamonds? Ace queen tight's good enough as well, but if ace queen tight of diamonds exists, then the hand on your left is going to have 3 spades as well, probably. I suppose they could be ace queen tight and 7 clubs, but it feels like they've got 6 on the bidding. It's one of those feel things. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what's right. Cooper ended up playing spades to be 3-3, and they weren't, and he doesn't have time now to rely on the favourable diamond position that exists. You can see the whole hand now. There's ace queen of diamonds, x on side, which is exactly what you need to make 3 diamond tricks. You can play a diamond towards the king 10. They can do whatever. You put the 10 in, it will hold if you manage to put the 10 in, and then you need to cross back to your remaining heart to play another diamond up, and then dummy's good. You just take another diamond finesse, and there you go. Ace queen x is on side. One of those things. So it feels like Cooper's a bit aggrieved to go off in that. I don't think he's necessarily done the wrong thing. He's just done the losing thing. But you always kind of blame yourself. I should get that right, and I don't think there's any indication to say you should get that right. So if you managed to play diamonds, well done, but you might have only got it right because I gave it as a problem rather than because it's the right thing to do. So in the bar, we just finished. We're like 7 boards ahead of the other half, so we're slightly ahead. The opponent's bid a slam, that teammates haven't bid. They managed to find a natural 5 club bid in a situation where I think it should be a Q bid, but at both sides of the table they said it was natural, I think. So well bid. Don't know what teammates did. I think teammates ended up defending 4 spades, doubled 1 off or something. We were in 4 spades at one point, but they managed to bid 6. At least they didn't bid 7, which makes them finesse. So I'll pop that hand up on the screen for you to have a look at. But we're in the bar area here, so you can see we've got some nice cakes that when I get hungry I can eat some cakes and some sandwiches as well. So there we go. Were there any interesting bids? Yeah, so there's one hand. I'm just going to show. I'm going to give you Cooper's hand, and I've just been to close the door because I'm about talking too loud or something. I'm going to give you Cooper's hand. So Cooper has Ace Doubleton, King to 5, 3 low, 3 low, or something like that. It's the one on the screen. So no pips, and you've just got a flat 7 count, and you pass. It goes a no trump on your left, which is 14 to 16, and partner bids 2 diamonds, which shows 1 major. So pass to you. So it's your turn to bid, and partner's showing 1 major. Usually it's nearly always going to be a 6-card major, and the fact is that partner's vulnerable, so he's not going to do it on the 5-card suit. So it's going to be 1 6-card major. So what you do in this situation where partner, it's a bit like a response to a multi. When partner's got a major, you're effectively doing pass or correct. But here, you'd like to show partner you've got heart support. So if partner happens to have 6 hearts, which is unlikely, you'd like to show heart support. So what you bid in this situation is 2 spades. So you bid 2 spades to say I'm expecting spades, and this goes pass, pass, and then the hand on your right bids 3 diamonds. Well, you haven't got a bid. You don't really want to raise to 3 spades. Partner might have like a 10 count, and you know they could have more points than you have. So you pass, and then partner backs in with 3 hearts to you. What are your choices here? Well, first of all, let's try to think what partner has. Partner has the opportunity to have shown both majors with 2 clubs, but partner decided to show 1 major with 2 diamonds, and it will be a 6-card major. And partner knows you've got hearts because of your 2 spade bid. Your 2 spade bid so it shows like heart tolerance or like an invite to 3 hearts, that sort of thing. So partner's then protected with 3 hearts. You're pretty good, given you've got a 7 count, you've got 3 low, 3 low in the minors, but your values are great. I mean, and it's teams. Is it worth bidding game? And if you do bid game, which suit do you bid game in? How many hearts is partner likely to have here? Do you think partner is going to protect with a 3-card heart suit vulnerable when you don't have to have this many hearts? So I think partner's nearly always going to have 4 hearts here, and I think partner's going to have 6 spades. And if they've bid diamonds, partner's values are going to be outside diamonds, you'd think. So maybe partner's something like 6-4 0 3 or 6-4 1-2, could even be 7-4, I suppose. But yeah, so it's one of these things. Cooper passed, and it's the safe view. We don't have values for game, but if you look at the whole hand, game makes. You've got a restricted choice position in both hearts and spades, and you just need to get one of them right. So the restricted choice positions are both wrong. There's Jack 10 Doubleton in both majors with the hand that hasn't opened a no trump, the hand that's kind of protected with 3 diamonds. So if you're in 4 of a major, you've got to get one or the other right. You're only going to lose a club and a diamond off and a heart off the top, so you need to get, I think you need to get both right, don't you? Whichever suit you've picked as trumps, you need to get right in 4 majors. So there's a chance you go off if you bid it, but if you do bid it, you've bid a makeable game, so it'll make, if you get the trumps right, whichever suit you pick as trumps. I think you should probably pick hearts. Partners like to have 5, and you've got a 9-card fit. So that's our only big swing out. I think we've had other boards that haven't been good at our table, but they've been flattened by teammates, or teammates haven't played them yet. So difficult. So this is a play problem for you. So you can have a think about what you'd do, and then we'll talk about how the best line is to make the contract you end up getting into. So we'll just talk about the bidding first, like we should always do, because bridge is bidding and play. So your partner north opens 1 no trump, and you've got the south hand. So your 1 no trump is 15-17 in the system that was playing, and you have a 9 count with a singleton heart. So people play 3 hearts and 3 spades to show this type of hand. They basically say, I've got a race to game, I've got a singleton and a major, I can't use Stayman, but I don't necessarily want to play in 3 no trumps if you haven't got the suitable hand. So you basically tell partner with a 3 heart bid here that you're splintering in hearts, and some people play it guarantees 3 spades, some people play it guarantees 3 or 4 spades. I believe the person who bid this hand says it guarantees 3. and you end up in 5 clubs. Your partner over 3 hearts, West doubles it. So your partner, for whatever reason, decides not to play in 3N. They might have a heart stop, but obviously they've got a heart stop opposite a singleton, so they don't necessarily want to be in 3N unless they've got running tricks. So they bid 4 hearts just to say, I've got, I don't really have a clear place to go, and it could be a cube. Obviously you can pass 3 hearts doubled. So I think North's got a forward going hand with a good hand, but no clear suit to bid. So they basically want to play in South's 5-card suit. East doubles 4 hearts, South bids 5 clubs, and that ends the auction. And West leads the ace of spades, and dummy comes down with what you can see here. So again, quick count of the tricks. If you just look at your losers, you've got 2 aces off the top. You're going to lose the ace of spades, you're going to lose the ace of diamonds, and you're going to lose no other tricks. You can see you've got all the fillers in spades, all the fillers in diamonds, and all the fillers in clubs. Brilliant. We should be making this. We've only got 2 losers. But have you got 11 tricks? Let's just count our tricks. You're going to make 2 spades after this lead. You're going to make 2 diamonds once the ace is gone, assuming there's no ruffs. Obviously, if West has 6 spades, they could give East a spade ruff. I mean, why have they led the ace of spades? It's a bit of a weird lead given they've both doubled hearts. So you've got to play that in your mind. And so you're going to make 2 spades and a heart is 3. You're going to make 2 more diamonds is 5. And you're going to make 5 clubs is 10. So although you haven't got 3 losers, you've only got 10 tricks. So it's not always right to just count losers. It's a quick way to see whether you're in the right spot or whether you're in the right level, but it isn't always the best judge at how many tricks you're going to make. So normally when you've got 10 tricks, you're looking to ruff a trick in dummy, but dummy's so flat, there's nothing you can ruff in dummy that isn't already going to be a winner. You might be able to ruff the 4th round of diamonds in dummy, but there's no way you're going to be able to ruff it without East or West ruffing the 3rd round. And if the East or West aren't ruffing the 3rd round, your 4th diamond's high. So the only legitimate chance is diamonds are 3-3. Is there a better line than diamonds 3-3? So take a bit of time, have a think about what you do on this hand. You can pause the video. So one of the indications as to why the line I'm going to suggest will work is dummies trump holding. What we're going to do is something called a dummy reversal. And a dummy reversal can gain a trick by ruffing. If you ruff in the south hand, you don't gain a trick. But if you can ruff twice in the south hand, you don't gain a trick. If you ruff 3 times in the south hand, what you're aiming to do is change your 5 trump tricks into 6. So you've got 5 trump tricks, and any ruff you make with a long trump hand doesn't gain you a trick until you ruff to the point where the long trump hand becomes a short trump hand. So imagine if we could ruff all 3 losing hearts in the south hand. You're now going to make the 3 heart ruffs you make in hand, and then the king 10-9 of clubs in the north hand. And the reason to spot these dummy reversals is that when the short trump hand has good enough trumps to draw trumps once you've taken your ruffs. So here you're ruffing with the clubs and the ace and the queen. You may even be able to ruff high. And the king 10-9 are high. East-west can't be any of them because you've got the ace queen jack in your hand. So what you're going to do is again, that's possibly the best line. Diamonds are unlikely to be breaking. If you think about why West's leading the ace of spades when a heart lead is clear, they've both doubled hearts to bid and lead hearts, and they haven't done that. West probably thinks that East is ruffing spades based on the fact that North-South probably have an implied partial spade fit here. Maybe North has 4 spades or something like that. So there's a good chance that West has 5 spades as well here. So it went ace of spades, spade, and now East didn't follow, but East didn't follow, but East has played the second high spade left. It's only the 9 that's left, and maybe West has got the 9 or something like that. So we don't quite know what's going on in spades, but if spades are breaking like that, there's a very good chance that diamonds aren't breaking 3-3, which is what you need. So the person who played this hand took the trump, the dummy reversal is their optimal line, and they went about it. They went ace of hearts, small, 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 ruff a heart, and it entries a premium to dummy, so you can see that South won. Kept the king of spades and dummy in case you need it. But what you need to do now, you need to be careful. If you play a club to dummy, to ruff a heart, your next entry to dummy might have to be a diamond. You're going to have to knock out the ace of diamonds at some point. So one of the entries to dummy, the danger is if you knock out the ace of diamonds too late, they might be able to return a trump and stop your last heart ruff. So you've got to be a bit careful. If we go club to dummy, heart ruff, club to dummy, heart ruff, how are you getting back to the north hand to draw the last trump? Potentially they could win the ace of diamonds and force you with a heart. So what Declarer did, and I agree with this line, they played a diamond now, hoping to use their diamond entry. Either they lose the ace now or they duck the ace and you get your diamond entry now. So they played that and they ducked. Now, East West are playing standard count, so it looks like West has got a doubleton diamond. It looks like West is long in spades, so potentially, maybe West has got ace to 4 diamonds and they're trying to give East a ruff or something like that. So we don't quite know, but you've got your diamond entry to dummy now. Now, you can complete this dummy reversal. You can play heart and ruff it with the jack. You can now cross to dummy's high trump, and you can see the 10 and 9 are good, and you're unblocking these trumps. You can now ruff your last heart. You're now up to 6 trump tricks. You've now ruffed 3 hearts in your hand. You've played a trump to the king, that's 4, and you've got the 10, 9 of clubs now, that's 6. So you're up to 7 tricks now. You've got 2 more clubs for 9, the king of spades for 10, and hopefully when they win the ace of diamonds, they can't force dummy's last trump, which is going to be the issue. You just need the person with the ace of diamonds not to have a heart left. So you need East to have the ace of diamonds, basically. And so when you now play a club to dummy, you're hoping East has the ace of diamonds. You're hoping East can't cash anything. And you can see that if East hasn't got, you've still got a winning spade and a winning diamond in dummy. So you play last club. And bad news, West shows out. So you're going to lose a club trick to East. Clubs are 4-1, which was likely, possibly, if we're playing West to have spade length and heart length, it was likely that clubs weren't breaking well, but neither were diamonds, and that was your other possible line to make 11 tricks, was diamonds 3-3. The declarer who played this hand went for the dummy reversal. I think that's more likely to work than diamonds 3-3. You basically need clubs 3-2 for the dummy reversal to work. You also need East to have the ace of diamonds. Not guaranteed, but it's a club split and a 50-50 diamond thing instead of diamonds breaking. So yeah, that was a nice play hand. It was just a bit unlucky for the declarer that it didn't work, but I think it's good technique to take the dummy reversal there. So I'm in one of the side rooms because the bar's quite loud at the moment, and this is a defensive decision from the last set. I'm just going to move myself out of the way so you can see. I'll just have to hold it, I think. Okay, so hand. So you've got this hand, and you can see dummy because it is a defensive problem. The bidding goes 2 no trumps by declarer. This hand is dummy, transfers to 3 hearts. Declarer denies a heart fit, so declarer's got 2 hearts, or 1 I suppose. I guess it's 2 most of the time. And then the hand that's dummy bids 4 diamonds natural, and declarer bids 4n. So declarer's denied diamonds and hearts. And you're defending this, and partner leads the 2 of hearts. So I don't know what this is from, you can't quite tell exactly what he's led from. That was me, I was a fish. I led the 2 of hearts, and it goes small, you put the 7 in, and it forces the jack. At trick 2, declarer runs the queen of diamonds, small, small, and you play small smoothly, you're trying to cut communications, and then declarer plays the jack of diamonds, small, small, and you win the king. What are your thoughts now? Well, declarer can't have 4 diamonds, So declarer's got 3 or 2 diamonds. Partner's shown an odd number of diamonds, but partner's second diamond was the 9. So maybe it's made it more difficult for Cooper. But when they go diamond, diamond, and you win, what are your prospects for beating this? Remember, they're in 4 and not 3. So you've made a diamond, good, and then you've got no more defensive tricks. So what you need is partner to have good enough things in the black suit for you to beat this. But more importantly, think about the auction. Declarer has only 2 hearts and 2 or 3 diamonds. It might be right to kill the dummy before they unblock the heart. So what could declarer's other heart be? So it could be the jack or the king. So apologies, the first heart went to the jack, so declarer's other heart is going to be probably the jack, the queen or the king. So partner might have led from queen to 4 or king to 4 hearts. He did lead the 2. And if it's the queen, you can see that your 10 of hearts is getting pinned and partner can't afford to cover it, otherwise you set the 9 up. And if it's the king, the hearts are blocked. So looking at dummy, the only possible way to unblock the hearts is if declarer's got another diamond. If declarer hasn't got another diamond, it doesn't really matter what you do. Declarer's just going to win the ace of hearts, cash 2 diamonds, and then hope their black suits are good enough. But if declarer's got another diamond, they have time to unblock the hearts to get 3 heart tricks and still get over to them with the diamond entry. So It's difficult because your partner's given you false count. Your partner played low-high in diamonds to show an odd number, and I had 9 doubleton, and when they played the queen, I just played low. I didn't really fancy playing the 9. We don't play a smith or anything like that, so my 9 of diamonds would have shown an even number, and it would have made it a lot easier for Cooper. I played low, and it doesn't mean, it's not like I'm religiously giving count, but often I do give count, and so Cooper found this a bit difficult to read. He thought Declarer only had 2 diamonds. But if that's the case, a diamond switch is safe anyway, and maybe partner just wangles enough tricks in the black suits to beat it. You basically need partner to have a spade honour and some sort of club length and an honour. So maybe ace to 4, king to 4, king 9 to 4, ace 9 to 4, ace 10 to 4, something like that in club, so that the declarer just can't get to 10 tricks. If you count declarer's red suit tricks, they're going to have 3 diamonds and 2 hearts. But if they get to unblock the hearts, they can make 6 red suit tricks, and they don't need as much stuff in the black suits. So I'll put the whole hand up here. It was a difficult defensive problem, mainly because I've been efficient false counted. But I think it's possible to get it right. If you think about what partner's heart lead could be from, they're not going to underlead the king queen, I don't think. So they're likely to have, more often than not, the king to 4, and they're just looking for a safe lead that's cutting communications. The king to 4 can't give anything away really, because declarer hasn't got that many hearts. But it might be when partner leads a heart like this that he has honours in the black suits that you need, because why hasn't he led like from 4 low clubs or from 4 low spades? So it's a contract we let through, but it's a contract that we'll always make because they shouldn't be in 4N. So it's not necessarily a mistake, it's more of an opportunity lost. So that was a flat board, but we said sorry to teammates because we could have beaten it. So we lost that set. That is the swingy set of the day. There were voids everywhere. Every single board was an imp swing one way or the other. So the final score was 57-39, as opposed to some of our other matches which have been like 20-22 or something. So it wasn't flat. We were just under 20 down, about 18 down I think. So we lost that one. Cooper and I are going to sit out now. We're going to get ready for the escape room. We're going to head off to Nottingham. I'm going to leave you with a defensive problem about what to switch to at trick 2 effectively. So you've got the hand on screen, and you can see dummy. So your hand is the hand with the diamonds. You've got singleton spade. This is for Steve's memory, so I remember which hand to put on the screen. So you've got singleton spade. You've got queen to 4 hearts. You've got ace king to 6 diamonds, and you've got king queen tight of clubs. And so the bidding goes 2 spades weak on your right. You bid 3 vulnerable diamonds. The next hand jumps to 4 spades on your left. Pass, and you're on lead. So you've got an easy top diamond lead. So you lead the king of diamonds, and partner gives count. Partner plays the 10. If you lead the king, if you lead the ace, that would be asking for attitude. So you want to know how many diamonds partner's got, so you know how many you're going to stand up. And you've got to decide what to switch to at trick 2, and obviously a spade's probably out. It needs to be one of the other 3 suits, and maybe it's right to switch to the king of clubs so that you can catch the queen of clubs and not get thrown in at some point. Maybe it's right to play king in another diamond, or maybe it's right to switch to a heart. Now partner's likely to have some heart values here, because if you think about declarers open a week 2, their values are mainly going to be in spades, so maybe it's right to switch to a heart to set your heart tricks up potentially. But like, it's teams, you just can't let this through, and I think the best defence on the hand is to play diamonds at trick 2 and 3. What you're aiming to do is, partner's got a doubleton diamond, you just get partner to ruff the winning diamond in dummy with one of their trumps, and are they ever going to get to 10 tricks without that diamond trick? Imagine they're going to mount no tricks and diamonds, probably all 6 spade tricks. They might be able to ruff a heart and dummy for 7, but they're not going to get to 10. They've got the ace of clubs at 8. But if you switch, there's a danger that they're going to make that diamond, and they might even be able to throw you in. So if you do switch, it's probably better to switch to a club rather than a heart. It's likely partner's got heart values, but there's no rush to get them. They're not going anywhere. They're not going on anything. Declarer's heart might go away if you let them get the diamond. But I'll show you the whole hand. And so if you switch to a heart at trick 2, it's going to make... You can see what's going to happen. Declarer happens to have the one heart holding that's really bad for you, the stiff ace of hearts, and now you're in trouble. You haven't cleared the ace of clubs. You can't unblock these clubs before you get thrown in. And what actually happened was it went heart to the ace. They ruffed the heart. They drew the trumps. And then the Exeting Diamonds, the hand on screen, tried in vain to clear the clubs. They played King of Clubs, declare a 1. They cashed a diamond to throw a club in the Exeting clubs, and there are a lot of club holdings where the clubs are blocked in the defence, and if you overtake or whatever, you might find, for example, it would work if I had Jack Doubleton as well. I would have to try and unblock the Jack. But as the hand happened, the King Queen Doubleton's on screen. And they throw 1 club away on the winning diamond, and then you're thrown in and you have to give a rough and discard. You have to play one of the red suits, and they're going to get another club away. So it ended up making 10 tricks. We lost 10 imps on the board. There were loads of swingy sets in that swingy things in the match. Opponents were put to the test a couple of times. We put them to the test, and they gambled and they guessed right twice. So it felt like some of our pushy boards. I mean, there's one hand where it goes 3 bids. It went bid, 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 and then the person in 4th seat's got a balanced 22 count. So we've definitely put them to the test. They had to effectively just pluck a bid out of the air, and they just plucked for 6N, which just happened to make exactly 12. You can't make 13 in any strain because one of us has got an ace, but you don't know that, and so we've put them to guess. They got it right. Well done to them, and they probably deserve to win the match because I don't think we were stellar. So like we say, we're going to nip away. We're probably not going to have any more hands in this video. This is going to be the last one. I'm going to chat to a couple of people, and we're going to go back. We might have a video of the escape room or the meal or something tonight. But we're back tomorrow. We've got 3 more sets tomorrow, and we're playing effectively the 3 other teams in contention. I think we're now lying in 3rd place, just behind 2nd. The 1st place team lost, but the 2nd place team now has won all 3 today and overtaken us. So it's still tight at the top, but we're going to see what happens when we come back tomorrow. So I'll see you in a bit. So we've just finished an excellent escape room. What did we think, everyone?
Brilliant.
Did we like it?
Loved it.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Effectively, you go in and for the first 15 minutes you're trying to steal as much money as you can, and your score is basically how much things you steal, and loads of little puzzles, loads of little rooms to get into, and every room's got stuff to do. We were always all occupied, and there were 7 of us. It was really good. Try not to show anything in the room, but yeah, we then the last 10 minutes you then have to steal a diamond, and we got that in 5 minutes and did everything else in that room, and great. So potentially we wasted a few minutes not stealing as much as we could from the rest of the place. But absolutely fantastic. That is Cryptology in Nottingham if you ever go to it. It's a 3rd room of theirs I've done, and they've all been great.